Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's introduce myself. My name is Zakia. I'm from English Study Program. Here I will explain about cultural differences. Stay tuned guys. Okay, cultural understanding. Culture is all the power of the mind, namely creativity, tastes and intentions. According to the Big Indonesian Dictionary, culture means thought, reason, result, custom or something that has become a habit that is difficult to change. Differences between cultures are nothing new since the beginning of classifications when humans first formed tribal groups. Intercultural relations occur whenever people. Okay, now differences in Indonesian's and Japanese culture. Every country definitely has different cultures and customs, including Japan and Indonesia. Japan and Indonesians have often had cooperative relations. They carry out cultural exchange to strengthen relations. From there, we can see the various differences and uniqueness of Indonesian and Japanese culture. So, what we will discuss in more depth is somewhat of the general or everyday culture of these two countries, namely. The first is culture of respect for others. Each country has its own way of respecting other people, and Japan and Indonesia are no different. In Japan, bowing is their way of respecting other people. It is called ojiki. This ojiki is usually done when you want to apologize, say thank you, and as a greeting at ceremonial or other official events. But in Indonesia also has a way of respect that is similar to Japan. The differences is Indonesian people bend their bodies with their right hand down and their left hand bent behind the waist. This is usually done as a sign of permission when passing other people. And the second is culture of shaking hands. Shaking hands is a culture practiced by Japanese and Indonesian people. The differences is that in Indonesian, shaking hands is a common thing to do when meeting people. In Japan, shaking hands is not common, but the culture of shaking hands is carried out at international events. And the third is food culture. Before eating, Japanese people usually always clap their hands called gasho. Then say itadakimasu, which means enjoy your meal. Then, after finishing eating, they say gochisho sedemista to show gratitude to the persons who cooked. We would eat noodles in Japan. We must make a sound and the noodles must not be cut off quickly. This is done to appreciate the chef that the food is delicious. But in Indonesia pray according to their respective beliefs before and after eating. So we are not allowed to make a sound while eating whatever the food is, because it is considered impolite. In the fourth is drinking culture. In Japan, there is a culture of drinking tea called sado. Sado is divided into two types. The first is ochakai, a tea ceremony which can be said to be less formal. Ochakai is usually held as a celebration of graduations or success by inviting friends or close relatives. Then, the second in chaji. This chaji is very formal and can be said to be secret and can last more than 4 hours. But in Indonesia, there is no culture or tradition of drinking tea with strict regulation like in Japan. And the fifth is culture in transportations. As you know, Indonesia is famous for its dense traffic fight with public and private vehicles. Many public vehicles, such as public transportation, stop in the middle of the road to pick up and drop off passengers. So traffic jams often occur, which makes people emotional. In contrast to Japan, people in Japan prefer transportation that doesn't cause excessive pollution. They are very obedient about not causing pollution, and there is also educated transportation in the form of trains such as the MRT and Shinkansen. Apart from that, car taxes in Japan are much higher than in Indonesia. Therefore, we often see school children and adults in Japan using bicycle to carry out activities. So that's all from me. Is there any question? If there's no, I will be closing my explanations. See you on the next my video. Goodbye.